Hello, bounty hunters, and welcome back to another episode of the solo RPG Notorious. We should be concluding Draven Stormstrike's hunt for Zyra Exoskeen on today's episode, hopefully, and we'll see what happens. As per the last time we watched Draven go after Mirix, the third episode seemed to be the one that had the most ramped up, case. So, with that, let us jump right back into the action and see where Draven goes for his 7th exploration here on Xylon. Okay, and because our notoriety is 5 or higher, we are capped at 6, we do get our first lead, which is fantastic. Alright, so first off we need to figure out what kind of species our lead is, and they are a Vulk. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves a name for our Vulk, and they are called Elysia Skydancer. Alright, so we have Elysia Skydancer the Vulk, and let's see about their personality. And our Vulk is, well, angry, argumentative, and loud, so that probably goes well with Zyra Exoskeen, who is also angry, argumentative, and loud. So we have ourselves an angry Vulk by the name of Elysia Skydancer. I did get a little ahead of myself, so we have to figure out the showdown of the set and settings here, the site and settings of where they are and why we are encountering them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the sites to see where we are for this encounter. And then also the setting here. You catch up to them at their starship just as they were preparing to board and leave. The area is a bustling futuristic cityscape with hovering vehicles, holographic advertisements, and towering skyscrapers. So that's pretty cool. It looks like, maybe we encounter them close to the Starfall Lake spaceport or something, or somewhere else. And finally, we have to see who they really are, who this Vulk is. They're a renowned scholar or research studying your target's field of expertise. Roll on their faction. 1 to 6. 1 to 3, they are part of the controlling. 4 to 6, they're part of the challenging. Then resolve all. What groundbreaking discovery have they made that could change the course of their faction's scientific advancements? 2, speak with them to exchange knowledge and learn valuable insights. Then 3, they are hesitant to share their findings and attack you to protect their research. Curious. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what faction they're a part of. And that's going to be number 5. So they're part of the challenging faction, which means they're part of the Trade Alliance as well. Curious. And then we resolve all. What groundbreaking discovery have they made? Alright, so I will find out that in a moment. Elysia Skydancer, the brilliant angry Vulk and member of the Trade Alliance, has made a groundbreaking discovery that could revolutionize their faction's scientific advancements. In her relentless pursuit of knowledge and exploration, Elysia stumbled upon a long-lost ancient artifact buried deep within the heart of Xylon's wilderness. This mysterious artifact, believed to be of extraterrestrial origin, possesses extraordinary properties that could potentially unlock the secrets of advanced technology and power previously unimagined. Its potential applications range from energy generation to space travel, holding the key to reshape the Trade Alliance's standings in the intergalactic community. Elysia, with her fierce dedication to her faction's goals, knows that this discovery could tip the balance of power in their favor. However, she is also aware of the risks involved in harnessing such powerful technology. The Trade Alliance's allies and enemies alike would covet this newfound knowledge, making secrecy paramount to ensure they control its applications. As Draven delves deeper into his investigation, he finds himself entangled in this high-stakes world of corporate espionage and political intrigue, where the allure of this enigmatic artifact draws factions into a clandestine race to claim its secrets. Elysia's discovery could reshape the galaxy's dynamics, and Draven must tread carefully to navigate the treacherous waters of the Trade Alliance and ensure that this groundbreaking knowledge doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Alright, now that we know what Elysia has been up to, we need to speak with them to see what kind of information we can get from them. Alright, let's see what we get here. Your target has a personal connection to your past. How are you linked, and how does it complicate your pursuit? This is an interesting turn of events here. How do we know Elysia? Let's find out here in a moment. Elysia's presence dredges up memories and emotions that Draven thought were buried deep in the shadows of his past. It turns out that Elysia was once a trusted ally, a fellow nomad with whom Draven had shared numerous adventures and secrets. They were inseparable, relying on each other's skills and camaraderie during their time as part of the same nomad clan. However, their bond shattered when a fateful mission went awry, and Draven felt betrayed by Alicia's decision to prioritize personal gain over their friendship and loyalty to the guild's code. This betrayal left a scar on Draven's heart, making him believe that he could no longer trust anyone fully in this treacherous galaxy. Now, as fate would have it, their paths cross once again amidst the hunt for Zyra Exoscheme. Alicia's reemergence complicates matters, as Draven is torn between the desire to reconnect with the friend he once cherished and the mission to capture a dangerous target. Past wounds resurface, and Draven must navigate the emotional turmoil while trying to discern whether Alicia can be trusted anew or if her intentions are still clouded by personal ambitions. This uneasy reunion with Alicia adds a layer of complexity to Draven's pursuit of Zyra. He must tread carefully, as old allegiances and loyalties become intertwined with the present danger. The memories of their shared history leave Draven questioning his own judgments, and he wonders if he can afford to be vulnerable once more in a world where alliances can be fleeting and trust is a precious commodity. Alicia hesitates to share any of their findings with Draven and attacks to protect the research. Alicia has 2 stars and 1 heart, and we have a lot more, especially at first, so let's see how this battle goes. As always, my roll is on the left, their roll is on the right. We have a 3 and a 1 here, so with that, we definitely end the first round of combat with a win here. And that will be a total of 7 versus 3, and that is round 1 to Draven, which puts Alicia's defenses down to 0. That means 1 more attack from us, and we win the round pretty quickly. So let's see what happens in round 2 as the dice come rolling in. With a 6 and a 4, let's take a look at the results here. And with the 4 and 6, we have a 7, they have an 8, which means they're going to deal us 1 point of damage. I'm not going to go ahead and roll motivation for this, as I don't want to demotivate us with, we still have 1 point of defense left before we're down to 0 hearts. So let's see how the third round of combat goes, since round 2 went to Alicia. Alright, and the dice come in, and that's a 3 and a 1. Let's see what happens here. Oof. Once again, we are at the same problem here, where we are 2 behind and end up being 1 behind. This will take us down to both 0 and 0 defenses. We have 1 hit left each. So for round 4 of combat, let's see where the attack goes as Alicia takes round 3 of combat. The dice come rolling in, and we have a 6 and a 2. With a 2 and a 6, this is not good. This means we're going to have to roll 2 motivation to re-roll our die and re-roll theirs, considering that a 6 is going to be terrible to try and bring down since we only have a 2. So let's go ahead and double roll here. We are now down to 4 of 6 motivation and re-rolling both dice. Okay, 4 and a 3. This is much better, and we end up with the 4. This puts us at a 7 and puts Alicia at a 5. This means we end up winning the final round of combat here, and a bit demotivating having to fight a personal partner from once we knew as a nomad. And the event is ours, so now we decide if we spare the target or kill them. Well, considering that we would either gain 1 favor from sparing or 1 notoriety from killing, and we are maxed out, we'll just go ahead and spare Alicia Skydancer. Hopefully this will, change her outlook on things. But in the meantime, we have gained some information about Zyra one way or the other through Alicia and their connection. Okay, and with our first lead encountered, we move on to destination number 7. And we arrive at a small spaceport run by the challenging faction. So it looks like we come back to the Starfall Lake spaceport. Alright, so resolve both, gain 1 notoriety. Well, it's already maxed, so it's 5 or higher, and we encounter a hostile guard with 1 star. We could probably threaten them if we wanted to, but honestly, that would just make things a little bit more difficult, and we'd have to talk to them, and I'm just not in the mood for that. So let's go ahead and just do a quick encounter here. They have 1 star, we have a lot more stars, so we'll see what happens in this first round of combat. 5 and a 6, doesn't matter, we win outright regardless. So they have a 7, and we end up with a 9, I believe. And with that quick shootout, the guard has been neutralized. I'll spare the guard because, it's kind of pointless to kill them. Yeah, we move on to rolling twice on the destination's events table. And let us see which tables we are rolling on for our first and second encounter. So table number 6, followed up by table number 2. Now for event number 6 here at the Starfall Lake spaceport, we end up encountering a renowned artist or performer is showcasing their work in this location. Choose one. Appreciate and support the artist, gaining 1 motivation, which we will definitely do, or show indifference towards the artist and gain 1 favor. Yeah, let's go with the motivation. Since we are down to 4 of 6, I definitely want to get that motivation back. So, we need to find out, how does their work inspire or resonate with Draven, and what impact does it have on their mindset? The renowned artist's work at the Starfall Lake spaceport resonates deeply with Draven, captivating his senses and touching his soul in unexpected ways. The artist's creations speak of beauty and resilience, capturing the essence of the galaxy's diverse wonders. Through intricate brushstrokes of mesmerizing performances, the artist manages to convey a profound sense of hope and unity, transcending the boundaries of factions and conflicts. As Draven immerses himself in the artist's masterpieces, he finds solace and a temporary escape from the burdens of his relentless pursuit of Zyra. The artwork acts as a reminder of the vastness and interconnectedness of the cosmos, showing him that beyond the conflicts and struggles, there are moments of harmony and creativity that unite all beings. The impact of the artist's work on Draven's mindset is profound. It reminds him of the beauty that still exists amidst the chaos of the intergalactic war, and it sparks a glimmer of optimism within his heart. While he cannot forget the Guild's code and his duty as a nomad, the artist's expressions of harmony and resilience inspire Draven to find moments of peace within himself and embrace the potential for change in this universe. Armed with a newfound sense of purpose, Draven's determination to apprehend Zyra is reinforced, but he is now motivated by the hope of bringing about positive change, not just fulfilling a contract. Now we roll on event table number 2. A Mirian rat-like species, agent or thief tries to steal from you. They wait for the right moment. When you're distracted, roll a die. 1 to 2 something happens, 3 to 6 something else happens. Let's see what happens on our die roll. Ooh, we get a 1. They take something important to you. Lose 1 motivation. What valuable information about you has fallen into the wrong hands? Oh man, and we just got that motivation back. Alright, let's see what happens. As Draven is engrossed in admiring the artwork, the Murian agent seizes the opportunity to strike. In a swift and calculated move, the thief manages to pilfer a small data chip from Draven's belongings, unbeknownst to him. Unaware of the theft, Draven continues to appreciate the artwork, but little does he know that the data chip contains sensitive information about his past missions, his connection to the Guild, and even classified details about his recent encounters with Zyra Exoscheme. The valuable information that has fallen into the wrong hands includes Draven's aliases, his mission logs, and potentially the identities of other nomads in the Guild. This data chip could be a treasure trove for the Mirian agent and their organization, granting them unprecedented insight into Draven's strengths, weaknesses, and current endeavors. With this stolen data, the Mirian agent now possesses a dangerous advantage over Draven, making it even more challenging for him to stay 1 step ahead of the dangerous game of bounty hunting. Draven's focus shifts from the enchanting artwork to the realization that he has become vulnerable to his enemies, and the urgency to retrieve the stolen information becomes paramount in his mind. With the loss of the data chip on Draven's mind, he leaves Starfall Lake spaceport and ventures out back into the wilderness. Let's see what encounters he lands on now. Oh, we have a special roll here. Okay, well, we end up getting momentum back, which is good. Gain 1 momentum. What destruction do you see caused by the intergalactic war? How is this motivating? That's a weird one. I mean, they're all motivating because there's only 3 items for this special event, but still, that's kind of silly. Alright, let's see what we get for this. As Draven explores the wilderness, he comes across the aftermath of a devastating battle that took place during the intergalactic war. The once lush and vibrant landscape now bears the scars of destruction and devastation. The charred remnants of what were once thriving communities and the skeletal remains of advanced machinery are haunting reminders of the horrors of war. As Draven surveys the scene, he is reminded of the innocent lives that were lost and the countless individuals who suffered due to the conflict between the factions. The sight of the destruction reignites his sense of purpose and motivation to bring about change in the galaxy. He realizes that the stolen data chip, containing vital information about his past and the Guild, is not just a personal matter but could potentially have far-reaching consequences if it falls into the wrong hands. Feeling the weight of responsibility, Draven's determination strengthens as he becomes even more committed to ensuring that the stolen data is recovered and that the secrets it holds are protected. The scene of destruction serves as a stark reminder of the chaos and the devastation caused by the ongoing war, fueling Draven's resolve to play his part in putting an end to the endless conflict and to make a positive impact in the galaxy as a nomad on a quest for justice and truth. And now on to destination number 8. Let's see where we end up. You arrive at a fortified base or palace run by the controlling faction, so this will be the Twilight Citadel. Resolve both, gain 1 notoriety, which we can't, and we are encountered by a hostile guard, so 2 stars, and again, I'm not going to bother fighting or speaking with them to neutralize them, I'm just going to fight them. Alright, 2 stars, no defenses for this guy. Left is me, right is them, and this is a win for us regardless. With the 5 plus 4, that's a 9. 4 plus 2 for them, that's a 6. We neutralize the guard, and I will of course spare them, because there's really no point in killing them. Our notoriety is already high enough. So we quickly dispatch of the guard, move past them, and roll twice on the destination's events table. And just a small correction there, it's not the Twilight Citadel, but the Radiant Citadel. Okay, and for our 2 tables, we'll be rolling on table number 2, and then table number 4. Okay, let's see what table number 2 brings us. Oh no, it's the rat again. He's followed us. Hopefully we can actually maybe recover the chip from him, since apparently he thought we were an easy mark. Please give us something higher than a 2. Oh yes! Oh, this is perfect! We can actually get back the stolen data chip from the Murian. Fantastic. Okay, let's see what happens here. We catch them in the act. They're hostile. 1 star, 1 heart. Why did you seem like an easy or valuable target to the Murian? Okay, well that's simple enough. Alright, so let's go ahead and deal with the combat, and then we will see why they seem like an easy target. Alright, so round 1. Oh, they're at -1 stars. Look at that, because we caught them in the act. Oh, excellent. So this will be even easier for us to defeat them on the first round. So let's see what happens here. And that's going to be a 2 and a 6. So let's see here. Oh, we got the 2, but we have +4 in the first round of combat, bringing us to a 6. They have -1, which brings them down to a 5. So that really gives the idea of them trying to sneak up on us, but then we quickly are able to get them as we, do a shootout, because it wasn't specified either way. So the first round of combat goes to us. They are now at 0 hearts, and we will go into round 2 of combat, and our attack goes from 4 to 3. A 6 and a 4, this is definitely going to us as well, regardless. So we end up with a 9, they end up with a 3, and we win the battle here. Now, considering that this guy is a hostile, or this gal, this Mirian here, is a hostile, and they've already tried to steal from us twice now, this one's dying. Definitely. He's gonna die. We're gonna kill him because, stealing trade secrets from a nomad is not something you want to do. It seems like maybe they didn't get what they wanted from us the first time, and they're coming back for something extra, or seeing that they can push their luck, and they pushed their luck too far. The Mirian thief saw Draven as an easy and valuable target for several reasons. Firstly, Draven's reputation as a nomad wraith has spread far and wide, making him known for his resourcefulness and ingenuity. This reputation likely led the Mirian to believe that Draven possessed valuable and advanced technology or information that could be lucrative on the black market. Secondly, the Mirian may have noticed that Draven was alone during his travels, making him appear vulnerable and less likely to have immediate backup or protection. Being a lone traveler in the wilderness or unfamiliar territories could have made Draven seem like an easy target for the thief to exploit. Furthermore, the Mirian thief may have been aware of Draven's past accomplishments and the significant bounties that may have been placed on his targets. This could have fueled the belief that stealing from Draven could yield a substantial reward or potentially grant the thief a significant advantage in their own criminal endeavors. Ultimately, these factors combined to make Draven an attractive target for the Mirian thief, but little did the thief know that confronting the skilled nomad wraith would prove to be a grave mistake, leading to their downfall in a swift and intense gun battle. Draven's resourcefulness, combat skills, and unwavering commitment to safeguarding his data and protecting his reputation as a nomad made him more than a match for the overconfident Mirian thief. And because of that, the Mirian has lost his life, and Draven has recovered the data chip that was stolen from him once before. Okay, now with the Mirian thief dead and left behind and our data chip recovered, we roll on event number 4 to see what we have going on now at the Radiant Citadel. A local festival or celebration is taking place, attracting people from all around. Choose one, participate in the festivities and gain 1 motivation, or investigate suspicious activities during the festival, gaining 1 favor. Well, we definitely need the motivation back, so let's go ahead and do that. Amidst the festival at the Radiant Citadel, Draven's attention is captivated by a mesmerizing traditional dance performance. The local dancers move gracefully and elegantly, their movements telling a story of ancient lore and mystical legends. Draven is drawn in by the intricate choreography, the vibrant costumes, and the ethereal music that accompanies the dance. As he watches the performance, Draven finds himself enthralled by the storytelling aspect of the dance, and connecting it to the forgotten history and wisdom he encountered during his journey on Xylon. The dance seems to symbolize the cycle of life, the struggle between darkness and light, and the resilience of the Xylon people in the face of adversity. It resonates with Draven on a deep level, reminding him of the beauty and the complexity of the galaxy, and how even in the midst of chaos and conflict, there can be moments of peace and harmony. For a brief moment, Draven allows himself to immerse in the festivities, setting aside the weight of his mission and the danger he faces. The dance fills him with a sense of hope and determination, knowing that the recovered data chip holds valuable information that could lead him to Zyra Exoscheme, the target he seeks. With newfound energy and resolve, Draven continues to celebrate with the locals, savoring the moment of respite before the next chapter of his thrilling adventure unfolds. Now that Draven has gained a moment of respite and is remotivated, full at 6 of 6, he explores the wilds once again. Let's see what we encounter here. We find our next lead, thankfully. Let's go ahead and check out the showdowns here for our sites and settings to see where we encounter our next lead. So lead number 2 will be found here amongst these settings. Let's see what we have. So our next lead is that we feel drawn to them in the ruins of a mystic temple. With up to 11 choices, we end up getting the same roles a lot of the time. It's kind of funny like that. This place is full of whispers and strange symbols. The area is bustling futuristic... Okay, so it seems like we've found in the Radiant Citadel a mystic temple that's in ruins. And because of that, this area is bustling futuristic cityscape with hovering vehicles and whatnot. Yeah, to me, this is just another part of the Radiant Citadel here. So Draven finds a lead after exploring the festivities of the dance performances going on. He, eventually finds this other area here. So let's go ahead and see who our lead is. Okay, so what do we have for the species? Oh, and our species is an Onsiet, the Many-Eyed. Alright, now for the Onsiet's name, we end up getting... Orin Dusk. No, it's not Orin Dusk, because that is our nomad. So we were going to go ahead and either go up or down one. Hey, let's just re-roll. And our Onsiet's name is... Lyra Nis. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we just need a personality for our Onsiet, and they are a solemn, sincere, or thoughtful Onsiet. Interesting. We'll go with solemn, because, they're working with Zyra, so... Alright, and then finally, we have to figure out who they are. Let's see. Oh no, another team member? You once teamed up with them for a lucrative job, but they betrayed you. Something about their appearance has changed. Resolve all. Alright, well, we will work with that later on, but just to jump ahead, they attack you in melee, so we have to fight in melee. Interesting. This is not going to be good, because our melee is not the best. Initially, it's even, and then afterwards. So, they have 3 stars and 2 hearts. This is going to be an intense battle. We may not come out of this one, who knows? We'll see what happens in a moment here. So, number 1, how did the person betray you, and how is it related to your scar? As Draven approaches the ruins of the Mystic Temple, he is immediately struck by the presence of Lyra Nis, the solemn Onsiet. Memories of their past collaboration flood his mind, both the thrill of the partnership and the bitter sting of betrayal. Draven recalls how they had taken on a dangerous bounty together, working seamlessly as a team until the critical moment when Lyra Nis turned against him, leaving Draven to face their enemies alone. The betrayal had left a scar on both Draven's body and his soul. During their joint mission, Lyra Nis unexpectedly attacked Draven, leaving him severely wounded with a permanent mark on his forearm, the mysterious tattoo infused with ancient magic that granted him enhanced agility and reflexes. It was the very scar that reminded Draven of the trust he had misplaced in Lyra Nis and the cost of letting someone get close to him. As Draven stands before Lyra Nis once again, he notices a change in the Onsiet's demeanor and appearance. Their eyes no longer hold the same spark of excitement and adventure, replaced by a heavy solemnity. Draven can't help but wonder what has happened to Lyra Nis since their last encounter, and how their paths have diverged since the fateful betrayal. He finds himself torn between the desire to confront Lyra Nis for their actions and the realization that time and circumstances might have changed them both in ways they could never have foreseen. The encounter holds the promise of answers, but also the potential for more questions and uncertainties, leaving Draven with a mix of caution and curiosity as he stands face to face with the enigmatic Onsiet. Okay, now we get to talk with our lead to see what they have to say about their involvements with Zyra. Your target has a personal connection to your past. How are you linked, and how does it complicate your pursuit? Yeah, well, this is the same problem we had with the last one as well, so we will go ahead and see what they have to say about this. It's pretty evident with the flashback that we just had of the first part of how did this person betray you, that basically ties in with this as well. So Lyra Nis probably doesn't say anything to Draven and just goes right into attack in melee, unfortunately. So, unlike other sections of the game where we have always been shooting and battling that way, we have a 3 then 2. So we're at a bit of a disadvantage here for fighting Lyra Nis. So we'll see how this works out as we go into round 1 of combat. Alright, let's see how the first roll turns out. So 3 and a 5, and I end up with the 5. Lucky, but this is helpful. So that puts me at an 8, and that puts Lyra at a 6, which means we take the first round of combat, putting them down to 1 more heart. We have to fight them 2 more times. So we will now go into round 2 of combat, and let's see what we end up with here. Double 4s, which is not good. This means that they beat us by 1. We have a 6 and they have a 7. So this will drop us down from 2 hearts to 1 heart as well. So we are now tied at each for 1 and 1 heart. We go into round 3 of combat, and this will be a double 3s again, unfortunately, which means we are now defeated by 1. With that 3, that's going to be tricky to defeat. So I'm just going to take that defeat there and go into 0 defenses, and they have 1 defense. So let's go and see what we have here for our next round of combat. A 5 and a 2. Hopefully the 5 is us, and it is. Okay, this is good. We end up with a 7, they end up with a 5, which means we are now dead even of 0 and 0 defenses here. Well, this next swipe takes home the cake here, really. Let's see what we get. All right, double 2s. Okay, this is good. This means we can use a little bit of motivation to re-roll. I was hoping for this kind of an outcome as we fight Lyra Nis here. So we're going to go ahead and use one of our motivations. We are back down to 5 of 6, and we will re-roll our die, hoping for something higher. Okay, with a 4 that puts us to 6, and with a 2 that puts them to 5, we win the final round of combat here. Just barely, as we are both brought down to all of our defenses here, as Draven uses his melee weapon, which is a Shadow Blade. You know, we have never used the melee weapon before, since now it's always been the silenced sniper rifle. So, we just barely come out of that fight, slightly demotivated because of the personal connection Lyra has, and we've found on their persons, a little bit of information about where Zyra Exoskeen may be hiding. So this is 2 leads encountered, and we will move on to destination number 9 in just a moment here. And possibly having left the Radiant Citadel behind and the battle with Lyra Nis, Draven moves on to his next destination. Oh, well, it looks like Draven basically stays at the Radiant Citadel. I mean, it makes the most sense considering everything that's going on. So we are back at the Radiant Citadel, once again exploring it even further. So then, again, we have to roll twice. We have to deal with the notoriety and the hostile guard. We're going to go ahead and just fight the hostile guard. They really won't leave us alone, so let's see what happens here. A 1 and a 4. The 4 goes to us, and we quickly neutralize the hostile guard with our silenced sniper rifle, and we spare their life, not gaining anything from it, and we move on to rolling twice on the destination's events table. This is a good spot as any to let Draven rest for the week and catch up with him next week, as he is more than likely going to encounter Zyra Exoskeen for this last encounter here. Who knows what will happen though. We still have to deal with the couple events at the Radiant Citadel and then do one more exploration. So next week's video might be a short one. Who knows? We'll see what happens next time on Notorious, the solo RPG bounty hunting game. Thank you all so much for joining me this week, Bounty Hunters, and I'll see you next time.